Alien Stage is, as of this recording, the latest series produced by the Korean animation channel, VIVINOS, and in this video I'll be analysing and covering round 3 of Alien Stage, but I feel like I need to get one thing out of the way before I start my analysis. Personally, I cannot take Ivan seriously at all with that snaggletooth. Anyway, onto the video. Each round of Alien Stage so far has been focused on 1 to 2 characters' backstories before they entered the competition and stepped onto the titular Alien Stage. With the case of round 3, we focus on Ivan, the black-haired character with black eyes and a loose fang, as he grows up similarly to the other characters in the tournament as a slave/pet to the alien beings that took over Earth, as well as him living his life in a holographic cube that simulates a vast countryside environment, like we saw with SUA and Mizzy. And we see him go through his round of Alien Stage against an absolute nobody who we know isn't going to last the 4-minute runtime of this video. Small note, whilst I did like the music made for this music video, it's catchy and has a quite somber tone and a nice little chorus, and I very much enjoyed it. However, it's far from my favourite. As I've said in previous VIVINOS videos, round 2's song and Otomoroid are still on top in my eyes by a huge margin. Anyway, without further discussion, let's jump into the actual music video itself for Alien Stage round 3. The video starts off with the round start screen that we've become all too familiar with, as it appears in all the other rounds, introducing us to this battle's participants. We see Ivan, who has appeared in numerous teasers and promotional material for Alien Stage, pitted up against this person, who we all know isn't going to be surviving this round at all. This dude isn't the main character here. We then get the 2 participants slowly rising to the stage like we saw in the previous round with Till. The music in the background seemingly being much more slower paced than round 2 as well. However, it has a similar sort of kick drum in the back to what Till had in his song, which is quite intriguing, as the video does focus on Till quite a bit. Like all the previous rounds, we get a flashback to Ivan's backstory. We see him being dangled off of a rooftop by an alien, all the while Ivan seems somewhat unshaken and merely stares at the stars moving light years away. In this little scene, we can also see how industrialised the world has become, Earth itself resembling the intro to Blade Runner more so than the world we know today. Even if we shake our heads, it's always the same place. I think this line greatly encapsulates Ivan's feelings about the state of the world he is now in. No matter how much he wills it, he is still stuck on this rock acting as a slave. We flash forward back to Ivan on stage, singing as he slowly reminisces about his tragic past. We see just how large his captor was, as well as how high he was, being dangled by the scruff of his neck. We also see that Ivan wasn't the only child owned by this large creature. I can't reach you, so I imagine alone. You who shine, I stand next to you. Ivan is filled with hopelessness, understandably enough, from the idea of not only being stuck on this infernal rock as a slave forever, but also being alone. He yearns for someone to stand next to. The desolate and dank cityscape fills the atmosphere with a dirtied colour palette of browns and greys, all the while in the background we can see the Starship Enterprise. What the VIVINOS must like Star Trek or something, or whoever worked on this video does, but fair enough, I guess. Ivan then makes his body go limp, throwing his head back while his life is in the hands of his captor. Tears filling his eyes as he longs to be far away from here. Then a shadow covers him. We see him at an auction where he's being sold, collar around his neck, hands cuffed, followed by him in a luxury home surrounded by saccharine sweets and lavish meals. Then we see his new owners praising him for seemingly winning an award, petting him like a dog. Just from this shot we can see how hopeless it seems for Ivan, given the large and imposing figures of his owners. And throughout this small montage, Ivan's face remains completely dejected and apathetic. Meanwhile, we get the name of the song dropped in the lyrics. The dark sea gets deeper as you approach, like a black, black sorrow. The song's name being Black Sorrow, if you couldn't tell. We then continue the montage to see him learning how to sing with some of the other child prisoners, but as they all laugh and play in the fraction of free time they are given by their alien overlords, Ivan remains alone, just as stoic as ever, away from the other humans, seemingly remaining in a voluntary solitude. Also, let me say this. Don't remember these characters' faces, they're clearly not going to show up again in this narrative. We then see a familiar sight as the camera gets closer and closer to Ivan's face. We see the red flowers that SUA and Mizzy have, the flowers that Till became obsessed with. They just fly past Ivan's face, which makes sense as we then see Till run straight past Ivan, not seeing him. Till leaves his holographic prison for some reason. Ivan follows, seemingly out of curiosity, as his face and demeanour remain stoic. We cut back to the present tense in which we see Ivan's opponent literally singing for his life, and Ivan, as a result, just kind of gives him one of the nastiest stink eyes I've seen for a while. I don't know why, just this shot just made me giggle when I first saw it. He then continues to sing, and we return to his past. He silently observes Till and Mizzy as they're seemingly attacked by some sort of alien hound, most likely a guard dog for their prison, as Mizzy and Till appear to have tried to escape. But we slowly see Till get up and fight back, as Mizzy just sort of stands in horror, and Ivan just observes in trepidation. Returning to the stage, we hear Ivan sing a couple bars in English again as we return to the chorus. Black as it can be. And not gonna lie, some of these shots are just visually very, very pretty to look at. We yet again flash back, most likely to Ivan after Till's failed escape attempt with Mizzy. We see him locked up in multiple vices in a straitjacket and chains, or whatever these alien equivalent of chains is. Ivan then frees Till. The two escape hand in hand as we see what appears to be a meteor shower or falling ships in the background that dye the sky a bright orange as the two run around freely. We actually finally see a smile appear on Ivan's face for once, whilst he's with Till. We cut again to the present to see Till, after his beating from the end of round 2, waking up, seemingly reacting to Ivan's scar as it rises and rises. The past grows more saddening, however, as Till lets go of Ivan's hand. Ivan in complete and utter shock. Till proceeds to sheepishly return back to his prison just so he can be close to Mizzy. Now we truly understand what Ivan means by his black sorrow. The only person he can smile with will never feel the same way about him. When the two have their only ever chance of actual escape together, Till chose to go back to the prison, to Mizzy. But Ivan, just in as much of a love-filled daze as Till, does the exact same, but for Till, staying in the competition instead of attempting escape. You're always for me, Black Sorrow. When we return to the stage, we get a very intriguing shot. As throughout this song we have been watching Ivan reminisce about his past with Till, we see his face contort in sadness for a split second. But as he says the word sorrow, his demeanour drops and returns to how it was before he knew Till, looking completely cold. It's a cool shot, and the animators really portrayed emotion really strongly here. I just really like this shot. To me, you are Black Sorrow. We then see the stars as Ivan sings, and we cut to black, only to return to him staring at the camera calmly as his score rises to 90 behind him, even higher than Mizzy's and SUA's 87 and 86 respectively. I'd compare his score to Till, but he just kind of won by default and we didn't get a chance to see his score, I don't think. So, you never know, Till might have got a high score. I mean, I like the song more, but that's just me. We cut again to black, and we see a small teaser for the next round, featuring this character, Luca, I think they were called, playing with a Rubik's Cube. To be honest, don't really care about this dude right now, but hey, why not? Maybe he's got cool music. Maybe, we don't really know right now. So, overall, what does round 3 mean? In a nutshell, round 3 focuses on the backstory of Ivan and the reason for his infatuation with Till. It is presented to us with very pretty and sharp visuals and a relatively catchy song. We also get a teaser for the next round in this project, which is pretty neat. The video overall feels more like it is providing context for future rounds that will contain the two more so than a music video providing us with a singular narrative. But overall, altogether, I very much quite enjoyed it. Seeing the new alien designs as well as the Starship Enterprise for some reason, it put a smile on my face. However, while it helped me and some of the other viewers, I hope, understand the relationship between Ivan, Till and Mizzy and the relationship dynamics between them, not much new information is really being presented here that we haven't already been presented with through promotional material and teasers. But it is a very pretty package to look at. We already knew Ivan wants Till wants Mizzy, and Mizzy wants SUA, and SUA wants to not be dead. We already kind of just knew all of this from artwork and stuff posted on VIVINOS' community page and Twitter. However, what we did learn is some small pieces of Ivan's backstory and a more in-depth introduction of his relationship with Till. And even still, there's not an awful lot here. However, I feel like all that will change once we see the two go head to head, and to be honest, the thing I am most curious about is how the music itself will reflect the two characters and their emotions during the tournament, as well as how their different styles of music will reflect that. I mean, with Ivan, we have a slow, methodical, depressing ballad about a black sorrow, whilst with Till, he's singing a punk song that reminds me of a Black Clover opening. I'm quite excited to see how the musical styles combine when Ivan and Till go head to head in the future. It's got me pretty hype for the future of the series. Honestly, the prospect of Till and Ivan has got me more excited than the next round, if I'm perfectly honest. My prediction for the round between Till and Ivan is, I don't know. I think it would be more of an interesting dynamic if Ivan won and Till died, because we'd have a completely melancholic Ivan, more than likely going against a completely apathetic Mizzy, which I think would be a quite interesting dynamic. Yes, there's two of the characters in the tournament, but let's be real, neither of those two are winning, are they? On the other hand, Till versus Mizzy would be intriguing too. I believe Till will win between Ivan and Till, but to be honest, I just think if Ivan won, it'd be a nice cool twist and make that narrative just a bit more engaging, but overall, I'm not too bothered. Either way, I'm getting more Till music, which I am more than fine with. So, it's fair to say the next song will focus on Luca and Huna, I think that's what their names were, and these two characters as of right now have only had little bits of context and backstory provided through artwork posted on VIVINOS' Twitter, in which Huna acts as somewhat of like a big sister and teacher figure to like Till and Mizzy, meaning she's more than likely older than the other contestants, so it's possible she's a previous winner of Alien Stage and her reward is that she teaches the new contestants how to sing or whatever. I don't know. It is one aspect about the next round that does really intrigue me. Anyway, with all that out the way, outro time. Gonna keep this outro fairly short. Thanks for watching and supporting the channel, I can't thank you enough. I recently made a compilation of everything VIVINOS I've done on this channel, and it's around 3 hours long, and the only video it doesn't include is this video now, so feel free to check that out. Also feel free to join my Discord, follow me on Twitch, join Patreon, like, comment, subscribe, etc. You've heard it all before, and yeah, thanks again, thanks for watching. Toodles my doodles, hopefully see you in the next one. Peace.